everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Falling Upwards. I'm laughing because right before we started to record, Maddie was like, "Don't forget to introduce yourself." So, hello, here I am. I'm Emma, I'm one of your hosts, and here is your other lovely host, Maddie.
I'm wearing a fluffy brown jumper, but it kind of looks like a cow pat. It's comfy though.
So we wanted to do something a little bit different this episode. When we started Falling Upwards, it was to hopefully provide a nice, safe space to talk about mental health, to talk about failure. There is so much clutter online that is super negative, but that also promotes a kind of toxic positivity that isn't always helpful either. It is just fine to be and to struggle and to not know what the hell is going on. And some of you may have noticed, if you have listened to us for a very long time, that we have tried mixing up the format a little bit more this season. We're always listening to feedback and what you are enjoying, what bits you're enjoying, what bits you want to hear more of. And part of that is putting in a few more lawn based, lawn core questions into the show. And we haven't answered those ourselves. It's been really long since both of us have talked about how we're feeling about mental health and how we're feeling about failure and how things are in the world in general. And so, to kick things off this episode, I want to talk about the Taylor Swift of it all. Because Maddie brought up to me last week that Taylor Swift did drop her brand new album, The Life of a Showgirl, and Mads mentioned to me that, there has been a lot of angry, negative discourse online. I would say overwhelmingly more than middle of the road takes, more than even the positive takes. Lots and lots of takes about how it's the worst album she's ever done and how it's a terrible, terrible record and how it reflects the state of everything that's going on and all of this relentless negative commentary. And it's funny because the two of us, when we're not on air, are always discussing like mental health and how not necessarily positive messages are being pushed. In some ways, Taylor Swift and what she's done with this album release has become kind of this lightning rod where we are seeing outrage culture and how anger and outrage are being pushed. We are seeing all of that operating in the system in real time. Mads, what do you think?
Well, obviously, we've all heard about rage bait, right? And ever since social media like X, started being monetized, people use that, they exploit that to the absolute max to get people to respond angrily and be like, actually, you're wrong because. And obviously, a strong reaction or a strong thing is going to be much more impactful and get way much more engagement than if people were like, Taylor Swift's album is
fine.
It's kind of bad in parts, but it's also like fine in other parts. Like that has no impact. No one cares if that's your opinion. But if someone comes along and they're like, this album, it's the worst thing she's ever made, it's the worst piece of music to come out of this year, she's gone absolutely cookie, that's going to get more people talking. So this world, I was literally talking to Emma about it before we started recording, is comically bad right now. It's kind of like we're stuck in Back to the Future too, in the bad future. Stuff only wants to be dramatic and getting more people to engage so that someone somewhere can make more money.
Do you find it affects your mental health?
Yeah. There's so much negativity. It feels like I'm putting dirt in my brain,
Oh, that's such good imagery for that, man.
Do you not feel?
Oh my gosh. Yes. That is exactly how it feels. Instead of like feeding, like if you watch like a cat video, for example, that's like, or a dog video, that's like having a nice piece of chocolate or banana or whatever nice sweet thing that you like. But yeah, all the negativity is like dirt.
And that's why when I genuinely remember like cancelling becoming a thing, like it the dawn of the cancelling. I I remember when that just never used to happen that way. But now the the amount of hate that people get online for something, yeah, if they've done something wrong, they should come to justice. But the punishment sometimes outweighs the crime, especially in like this internet age. Um, and people are just being like roasted alive by millions of people for like a small thing, and then you've got other people out there that are just untouchable, and they're doing the most heinous stuff.
Something that I have held on to on purpose to share with you for the ep today is, so Maddie knows, as some of you long-time listeners will know, that I'm a fan of Manchester United, arguably the biggest club in the world, or at least one of the top three if we're being gracious about it. And there is a show that I listen to often called Talk of the Devils, which is run by several of the best journalists in the Manchester United space, very eminent, one of whom is Andy Mitten, who has been doing his job for, I want to say, several decades now. And so on the weekend, Manchester United beat Liverpool. Woo!
Yay!
Which is the first time we've beaten Liverpool in almost a decade, I think. And anyone who does listen to the pod, obviously, please correct me if I misunderstood. But he mentioned that every time United lose, he gets a barrage of other journalists asking him for quotes, asking him for opinions, asking him for takes. And yesterday, which was the day after we won, he went, "It has been so quiet. Nobody has wanted my opinion. Nobody has asked for my take
Mm.
because we won." And I sat there and I, gosh, that really does say a lot about how negativity is valued more
Mm.
in this day and age, when they've gone, "Oh, well, United have won, so okay, that's not interesting at all. We don't need his opinion. That's not interesting." But as soon as it's a loss, as soon as the club's in crisis, they've gone, "Okay, this is when we need opinions because we're going to write more hit pieces and we're going to write more hot takes and whatever." And it feels like that's what Taylor Swift is going through right now. And I was listening to Waveform podcast, and they said, actually, I think in a few years, when all of this has finally died down, people will remember that actually the album's probably just fine. Like, at worst, it's just fine. All of this anger, all of these think pieces that have been done about whether the album is the worst album that's ever been made, which it isn't, and the converse, which is whether it's been the best album she's ever done, which, I mean, to me, it's not. It's totally fair if you think it is. Actually, it's probably none of those extremes. It's just, it's fine and people are enjoying it. But that isn't valued. And I was thinking about both of those things, and I was like, actually, this is why the Taylor Swift of it all isn't really about Taylor Swift at all, in many ways.
There should be more positive news, you know? I'm not saying about the Taylor Swift album that there was particularly a good headline you could come out of it that's positive, like, actually, Taylor Swift's album isn't that bad, and here's why. I mean, maybe that would get some clicks. But I do think we should just push for more happy stuff, you know? When you turn on the news, and this has been this way for forever, but it's always sad things. It's always things that get you down. But this is why when I've done Mad News before, I've searched up like strange news, because there are a few media sites out there that actually reports on like the weird and wonderful, and it might be stuff like, I don't know, a horde of lemmings trespassed on a library, you know, like just funny stuff, and that actually brightens my day. And I think it would brighten a lot more people's day if we gave it more light. But it's always the negative stuff that we are fed, and thus we learn to gravitate towards more.
And then we make it a habit, don't we? We make it a habit where falling into anger and falling into negativity then becomes more comfortable than actually going like the converse is that actually you could do a headline where it's, isn't it so interesting that we have an artist that has managed to have such a great career that she can put out a 12th album? Like, that's, you've really managed to last in the industry. Isn't that
Yeah.
really cool that that is still something that artists can aspire to really have a career that long? But nobody cares about that. As some of you listeners may have noticed, we added, a couple more lawn, happy, comforting, lawny, I should say lawny, comforting. No, that sounds weird. I don't. Okay. More comforting questions to our
Lawn
slate going into
core.
season 3.
It's lawn core.
Boom. There we go. We've added more lawn core questions going into season 3, which of course neither of us have answered for you lovely
Because
listeners.
we're not real. We're actually just floating orbs. I don't have legs. That's the funniest laugh you've ever done.
I'm fam, we are not having a day.
That was so cute though. I loved that.
Can we trade off? What would failure look like in your head, and then I'll share mine with you.
It's like, okay, it's like this giants, like a trapezium shape.
Ooh.
It's this really
Mm.
wide. Have you ever seen those sort of wide? I don't want to name any figures, but like a wide celebrity joke where they're just edited to look wide and they're like walking down a corridor and it's funny.
Okay.
Okay. So it's this comically wide trapezium with 2 eyes, and their largeness and wideness means they encompass everything, like a little roof, like a portable roof.
Oh.
Because I'm failing left and right, to and fro, 24/7.
What color are they?
It's like an overcast murky indigo. But like, not like a nice indigo.
Ooh.
Like a dusty indigo.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay, mine would be a green spindly humanoid that looks a little bit like Fear in Inside Out, but not quite. They're like they don't wear clothes, and they have like frizzy green hair, like a bit like if Fear and a leprechaun had a baby.
Okay.
And they're like constantly like okay, obviously this is not visual, so I'm like jiggling about. They're like constantly like on edge and like dancing and like waving flags, but they're like panicking all the time. That would be failure to me.
Our failures are like very different.
They're not like angry. They're just like ah!
Yeah.
Like if they had a sound, it would be ah!
Yeah.
That would be my failure's sound.
I feel like
Does your failure have a sound?
Oh. If I could go deeper, it would be deeper than that. Oh.
So basically, both our failures are screaming.
Yeah,
in different ways. Wait, can we harmonize if we try that? Can we try?
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2.
It's really hard to like do because of the audio and the connection. We're never in sync.
Okay, let's just go for it. That is not bad.
Yeah.
Like, they could be friends based on that.
Do you think they could be in a K-pop group? Do you think their voices would synergize well?
Maybe. We should ask our guests in future what noise their failures make. We haven't done that ever.
That's another lawn core question.
What does your safe space look like? Is it just the lawn? We've had some great safe spaces suggested by people, to be fair, by some of our guests. What is yours?
Okay. It is this old house, old family house we used to have in a lovely part of northern England. There, I'll make it
Nice.
that
Near
big.
like water? Are there rivers and lakes nearby?
Yes,
So like nice and chill.
with
Is
a
there internet
with a
or is it
lovely
like
view.
internet free?
When we had it, I didn't have anything that could connect to the internet. All I had was my DS. So no, there's no internet.
That's nice, man. Mine is not a lawn. I will say that because it's not that I don't mind grass, but it's like there's a lot of stuff in the grass, and that used to sometimes stress me out when I was younger. But it would probably just be like a nice garden, and then in the middle of the garden, there's like either a wooden bench or there's a kind of a swing bench, not a hammock, not a hammock, not a hammock.
Oh, we know Emma doesn't like
Like
hammocks.
not a hammock. We're not doing hammocks, but it's like a swingy chair,
Hmm.
and
Does it have pillows on it?
yeah, sure, pillows are nice, and maybe like a water feature or two for
Ooh.
like just some good atmospheric
Don't you
vibes,
always want to drink
that kind of
those?
thing. What? No.
We had a bird bath in our garden, and I think I did drink out of it once. It always looked so enticing. I always wanted to drink out of it, but I think I did at one point.
I used to, something I did like was, when it snows, you like put your tongue out and then you try to drink the snow. That's a
Yeah.
nice thing that I would do. That now as an adult, I don't know if I would do, but I do, because that snow could come from anywhere.
Where is the
But
joy
when
in
I
our
was a kid, I would
hearts?
do that.
Where's the whimsy in our souls? The joy and spontaneity.
In the name of self-care and relaxation, which we are hoping that you lovely listeners are feeling amongst all this, what comforting or self-care related songs/music are you listening to right now,
Oh,
Maddie?
flip.
Or not even right now, just do you have like go-tos where you're like, this makes me feel a little bit better, depending on like if I'm feeling a bit down,
Okay.
whatever it is?
I'm going to name drop them because when I was talking about my favorite indie bands recently, I forgot one of my top 3. So now I have a top 4, but I forgot to mention this artist called Butterbath. And they just have some really comforting sounds. My favorite is called Stray Cats. It's actually quite sad. It goes, what do all the stray cat no. What I can't it's something like, what do the stray cats do with their spouses' corpses? Do they cry themselves to sleep? Do they face facts that they loved and lost? And the placemat is, oh, what is it? The placemat is something something something. I promise it's a really nice song. I mean, the lyrics are sad, but it's a beautiful song. Okay. It's like a lullaby.
Anything else?
Hang on. The placemat is, it's had its very final use. That's what it is. So yeah, a couple songs by Butterbath. And then just piano stuff, man. I listen to like,
Oh, nice.
there is a piano
Do I
artist.
need to play for you?
I've genuinely, I've been planning to, like, when I next come around to yours, be like, can you please play me something? Because I still want
To
to hear you.
ambush me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is this artist called Lambert or Lambert. I don't know how you pronounce it. But they do just these lovely, calm piano pieces with no human voice.
Oh.
So it's nice if you don't want to hear any human or be reminded of other humans. And yeah, it is very healing. A couple of my favorites are As Ballad and Stay in the Dark. And there's another one. That I really like. Let me find it for you. Balcony Hotel is beautiful. And oh wait, no, I think those are my favorites from Lambert. Yeah. I have like a vibrant music taste where I listen to like the psychedelic indie, the K-pop, the whatever. But when I need to cleanse my ears and my brain, I listen to just calm piano.
Piano music.
And it heals me.
Okay, my selects will be if I'm feeling down and I need something to pep me up really quickly, I listen to a song called Healing by 17 because the title is
There you go.
Healing. So but it's like it's a very upbeat, peppy song, and sometimes that isn't always what you need when you're feeling a little bit down. Do you know? So if I'm more like in my feels and I need a bit of like comfort, there's a song called "The Archer" by Taylor Swift, where it's like she's reflecting on like anxiety and things like that, and I feel like a little bit like cleansed. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you hear someone sing about like the experience that you're feeling, you're like, okay, I feel like a little bit like my energy with that has gone somewhere. And there's another song that she does. It sounds like all I listen to is Taylor Swift. That is not true. But there's another song that she does called Long Story Short, where she has a great lyric in it, which is long story short, I survived. And sometimes, that also makes me feel like a little bit better. Sometimes there are like albums that I put on just like in their entirety to like pep me up. So like Your Choice by 17, very good album if you need it to pep you up, because it's all very like fairly, if it was a color, if the album was a color, it would just be a rainbow.
Aww.
You just kind of feel good listening to it, I would say. So that's a good choice. And then I listen to a lot of Rimsky-Korsakov and Debussy, and a lot of opera, because that kind of does, I think, for me, what piano music probably does to you, which is it just kind of cleanses your brain.
Oh my word. When I was like a toddler till like 5 or something, there's so much context. It's like a parent's belief that if you play your kids Mozart or like classical music, they become smart, right? And that's why I'm so smart. But my mom, she bought this little like weird dog thing that played music, and it was called Mozart. And it would play Mozart. But I think that's why I like piano.
That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know where it is now.
Do you have anything for Mad News this week?
Yeah, happy 10th anniversary to Twice. Woo!
Oh my gosh! Is it actually? Wow. Also, therefore, JYP, please make their concert tickets affordable for a wider range of people, because some of these concert tickets are very expensive, but loads of people want to go. Please do it, JYP.
That was a verse.
Can I say that?
Oh my god, you were like Eminem for a second.
I've had more than one person text me going, I really want to go and see Twice, but the concert tickets are just so expensive. But they're Twice. We all want to go see them.
Yeah, I feel like I have to go no matter what. I haven't seen them before, and I always regret it. But they're like my second favorite K-pop girl group, right? And they're the one I've liked the longest. I have to see them.
Wait, you've got to go. You've got to go. Okay,
should we go?
What's your favorite? We should go. What's your favorite Twice song?
In 2019, I did have a period where all I listened to was Fancy.
Wow. I mean, it's great, so.
Okay, my favorite B-side is Love Foolish. That is just a good beat.
That is my third favorite Twice song.
Woo! But
so good.
If we're talking like, oh, this is so hard.
I would say my top 3 are, it goes Love Foolish is third, then I Can't Stop Me is second, and then Fall in Love Again is my ultimate favorite Twice song.
Oh my word, I was about to lock in Alcohol Free, then I Can't Stop Me, then Love Foolish. So literally 2 and 3 the same.
So good. So good.
It is like a ritual for me, because now I have a bob, right? So when it gets to the Momo bob part in I Can't Stop Me, I have to do it along, you know?
I mean, if you're not doing it, are you living, really?
You don't deserve a bob if you're not.
For the exchange, Maddie, what do you have for the exchange this week?
I want to actually exchange something that, people might not have heard of, Like if I exchange breathing, I think people have done that before, you know what I mean?
Yes, they've had the experience.
I don't know if I exchanged this or if
Right.
I just mentioned it,
Okay.
but when you and I and our friends had dim sum day, when you
Yeah.
left,
Mm.
we went to get bubble tea at, I think it was Selfridges or the other one, and I had a pina colada bubble tea with mango flavored popping juice balls, whatever you want to call it, and it was
Mm.
the best thing I've ever had in my life. I'm gonna ka-ching that. If you can find
Nice.
the pina colada bubble tea, drink it. It's also alcohol free. I can't say that.
I prefer hot take. I prefer popping boba to tapioca.
Do you?
Popping boba every time. Yes.
I like
yes,
both.
Yes.
It's a fun experience for both. You chew or you pop. Both are great.
There was one friend I had once where I took her to have her first bubble tea, and she didn't anticipate the speed at which the tapioca pearls would shoot up the straw into her mouth. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna try sip. And then she took her first sip, and it was literally like and I was like, okay, it's all right, you're all right, we're all right, everything's okay.
I love the sensation of that, you know?
Right. Like having it just go into your person.
Yeah.
I will exchange Cathedral City macaroni cheese.
Why specifically?
It's a very good macaroni cheese, and I've also had not great macaroni cheeses this week. A macaroni cheese is a big comfort food for me, even though I try to eat as little dairy as possible. M&S have reformulated their macaroni cheese. I'm very disappointed.
Oh,
Very,
I'm
very
sorry
disappointed.
about that. So they actually make like meals. They don't just do cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And Cathedral City have now forayed into the ready meal market.
Right.
And
it's good.
It's good. And it's a bit cheaper than some of the other mac and cheeses on the market as well, which we like. We like saving money.
Better
so
and cheaper.
It's a good mac and cheese. I recommend it.
Oh my word, Cathedral City, if you want to sponsor us, we both love cheese.
We need to go to that cheese restaurant together at some point, actually.
Yeah.
I will tell our friends that will also be there with us that we'll all do that cheese trip because they haven't done that as well.
As long as they're not lactose intolerant.
Mads, what would you like your sign-off message to be this week?
Don't leave me! Don't go!
Wait, what's happening? What's happening?
That's my sign-off message. I'm leaving people with I've got abandonment issues, and I'm leaving the people listening with guilt.
Wait, this is a self-care episode, Maddie!
Oh no!
This is a self-care episode! You can't leave people with guilt!
I never said whose self-care it was.
Okay, well, what? So is that you dying on the hill of that sign-off message?
Yeah, I always die on my hills.
Okay, I feel the pressure to provide a positive sign-off message now after that. Actually, okay, you know what? Don't feel the pressure to celebrate anything this holiday season if you don't want to. Because I feel like year on year, we get like, there's more and more like, Halloween, hurrah! Like, bomb sweets! And then we start to get into Christmas, and then everyone's like, all this Christmas stuff. And I had a friend say to me the other day, they were like, I'm already feeling so much pressure, even though it's October, to start buying stuff. And you know, it's like, I'm more economically squeezed than ever. And how do I enjoy the holidays? And I'm like, it's all commercial nonsense.
Mm.
You can have, if you want to celebrate it, you can have just a nice time, you know, asking your mate to come round. Shall we share a pot noodle? You can have a nice time, just do it. Doesn't have to be this whole, like, you've got to do all the things in the adverts, and you don't have to buy all the presents. You don't even have to celebrate it if you don't want to, because if you don't like it as a holiday, you don't need to do that either. So even though both the Halloween and Christmas stuff is everywhere right now, Do not feel the pressure. Live your life how you want to. Refuse the commercial nonsense if it does not make you happy.
Hot take, don't buy your family presents.
Don't leave Maddie, and just don't buy your family presents.
Self-care episode, guys. Thanks for joining.
Well, sincerely, we love doing every single episode for you, and it is always so lovely to hear when you talk to us and you find, we've had people say to us, I just listen when I want to hear something comforting and something that's not stressful and something that is just uplifting. And it is so nice to be able to bring that to you. So please continue to listen. We will keep endeavoring to do this.
Ditto.
So thank you very much for listening to another episode of Falling Upwards. We've got some lovely guests on the lawn coming up soon, so please look forward to them. Have a good one, guys.
Bye. Woo.